He was always available to join his youth minister in visiting shut-ins or making contact with other teens. A year after he graduated from high school, however, Adam began to change. He moved into an apartment with a roommate who was a polite young man, but was agnostic. However, or I should say, soon, however, Adam dropped out of sight at church. Puzzled church members would bump into him at the store where he worked. When they asked him about his absence, he rationalized that he had become busy. His youth minister arranged to meet him for a soda at a fast food restaurant, and Adam leveled with him. He said, "Look, I know I was really into church, but I can't believe it anymore. My roommate has argued with me that my beliefs are really not my own. I've merely borrowed my faith from my parents. The more I think about it," Adam said, "the more I have to admit that it's true. I'm not sure what I believe anymore, but I know I can't put on an act any longer. I just can't pretend to believe what my heart isn't sure about." Now, that's an interesting story and kind of a sad one, isn't it? You see, because what we just said a moment ago, the goal of every Christian, virtually every Christian parent will say, is not simply to have your children believe the faith when they're living at home and when they're young, but it's to see them embrace that faith for themselves as they grow older and as they leave the nest and move into their own world and become adults for themselves and have their own families. And so when they're young, we do lots of things. We teach them the Bible. If you're a Christian parent, you probably spend a lot of time spending either teaching your children the Bible by reading them stories, telling them what the Bible says, or whatever. We teach them Christian truth, we teach them Christian values and a lifestyle. Hopefully we model this as consistently as we can. We do all these things. But see, we all know this is not good enough in the long haul for children to have that when they're young, because they can fall back on their parents' faith and convictions for a while. But at some point, it must become their faith, their convictions. And that's what we're all about here today.